चुनाव यात्रा पावर्ड बाय मंगलदीप। प्रार्थना की महक प्रार्थना के बाद भी।
प्रार्थना की महक प्रार्थना के बाद भी।
नमस्ते, मेरा नाम सौरभ द्विवेदी है। आप लल्लनटॉप देख रहे हैं। हमारी चुनाव यात्रा इस समय तमिलनाडु के कोयम्बटूर में है। अगर आप विकिपीडिया वाला परिचय पाएंगे शहर का तो जानेंगे कि ये टेक्सटाइल हब है, यानी यहाँ पर बड़े पैमाने पर धागों का निर्माण होता है। अब ये धागा कैसे बनता है? महाराष्ट्र, गुजरात जैसे इलाके जहाँ पे कपास की खेती होती है, वहाँ से कपास आता है और फिर एक बड़े डिटेल्ड प्रोसेस से गुजर के ये धागा बनता है। अगर मैं आपको बताऊँ, बहुत संभावना है कि ये जो मैंने कुर्ता पहन रखा है इसका धागा, या जो मैंने जीन्स पहन रखी है इसका धागा कोयम्बटूर में बना होगा, तो ये काफ़ी सत्य होगा। आप दुनिया के किसी भी ब्रांड की जीन्स पहन रहे हैं, अब कुछ एक मार्केट बांग्लादेश शिफ्ट हो गया, अदरवाइज़ बड़ी प्रॉबिलिटी है कि वो कोयम्बटूर में बना जीन्स का धागा होगा। अब उत्सुकता हुई, फिर साथ में थोड़ी सी भाषा की समस्या थी, लेकिन खोजते टहलते हुए हम यहाँ की एक इंडस्ट्री में पहुँच गए हैं और एक वीडियो में हम आपको दिखाएंगे वो पूरा कपास के गांठों से लेके धागा बनने का प्रोसेस। लेकिन इन जनरल यहाँ की जो ये टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री है वो ये हब कैसे बना, कैसे लाखों की संख्या में यूपी, बिहार, झारखंड, छत्तीसगढ़, उड़ीसा या बंगाल के मज़दूर यहाँ पर आते हैं, स्किल्ड लेबर बनते हैं, उसका क्या प्रोसेस है, ऐसी क्या यहाँ की पॉलिसीज़ हैं, क्या यहाँ की सहूलियतें हैं। दो बहुत अलग अलग कल्चर हैं, भाषा के स्तर पर, रहन सहन के स्तर पर, फिर भी क्यों बड़े पैमाने पर आ रहे हैं, वो सब पूरा प्रोसेस समझने की कोशिश करेंगे। इस इंडस्ट्री के सामने क्या चैलेंजेस हैं और क्यों कई लोग कहते हैं कि हम बांग्लादेश के मुकाबले पिछड़ रहे हैं गारमेंट्स के मामले में, टेक्सटाइल के मामले में। क्या करेक्शन किया जा सकता है कोर्स का, इसके बारे में बात करेंगे। हमारे साथ बहुत विद्वान व्यक्ति हैं। ये विद्वान मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैं पिछले 1 घंटे से इनसे ज्ञान ले रहा हूँ। I am telling my viewers that you are educating me from last 1 hour about the textile industry, and I am very happily surprised the kind of inclusive practices they have. किस तरीके से रिक्रूटमेंट करते हैं गाँव में जाके, लड़कों का लड़कियों का। हम आपको वीडियो में दिखाएंगे। डॉम दोनों की अलग अलग हैं। खाने के स्तर पे कैसे ख्याल रखा जाता है कि ये रोटी ईटिंग एरिया से हैं, ये चावल ईटिंग। यहाँ पे ट्रेन करते हैं और इनकी ये शिकायत है कि इनको पर्याप्त मात्रा में लेबर मिल नहीं रहा है जिसको ये स्किल कर सकें, क्योंकि ये ट्रेन भी करते हैं। तो जब बाकी देश में हम शिकायत सुनते हैं रोज़गार की, तो यहाँ शिकायत है कि रोज़गार बहुत है, लोग कम हैं। आई एम टेलिंग माई व्यूअर्स दैट अबाउट योर कंप्लेंट दैट यू नीड more and more labor but you can't find them. Why do you say that?
Because Western Tamil Nadu, we think there's a negative unemployment here. There are engineering industries, there are textile industries, there are weavers here. There are so many industries, tea industry, coffee industry, and we think we can employ tomorrow morning. If about 3 lakh people get into a train and come here, we can find employment for all 3 lakh people.
That's only a very tall claim, sir.
Only in the textile industry, we have a shortage of 1 lakh people. I have a shortage of about 500 people today across all our locations.
Wow.
So we can employ.
Okay. So before we delve more into this subject, please tell your name.
My name is Sri Hari Balakrishnan.
Shri Hari Balakrishnan. And your industry's name?
Industry's name is, this is Kannabaran Mills. We have 2 industries, Kannabaran Mills and KG Denim. KG Denim is our weaving and denim making unit, and Kannabaran Mills is the spinning location. Yes.
You make this?
We make this.
And here you make the thread?
We make the
धागा
yarns for that. Yes, that's right.
तो यहाँ धागा बनता है और वहाँ पे कपड़ा बनता है डेनिम वाला। How come this area you are calling, everybody is calling Western Tamil Nadu? How come it became the textile hub? What is the history of this?
So I think the Englishmen came and started the Staines, Robert Staines started a spinning mill here 150 years ago. That mill now is closed. It is now an NTC mill. It's called the Staines mill. So I think when Indira Gandhi, she made public all these NTC mills. But through that, and because there was textile machinery manufacturing here, so most of the textile machines that is required for a textile mill is made here. It's made here. It's made some, Toyota makes, LMW makes most of them here. All the other accessories are also made here. Toyota makes some in Bengaluru and some is made in Pune. Otherwise, 90% of all the textile components are made in this area. That's also given birth to the engineering industry, where we now supply car components. So textile industry being a parent industry, Toyota started with loom manufacturing, then they went into cars. So,
अच्छा पहले वो धागा बनाते थे.
yeah, Toyota started with looms. If you look at Toyota's history, they started with looms, then they went into cars. Because everybody has to wear clothes, right? You can be without a car, but you can't be without clothes.
Yes.
Right? So everybody has to wear clothes. So here, textile being a parent industry, it drove so many industries. It drove the education industry. It drove the engineering industries. So a lot of industries it has driven. Innovation has come out of Coimbatore in terms of textiles.
Okay. When did you guys start this?
So this itself,
Your
this
grandfather?
company itself was started in 1951 by the previous management. And my grandfather, father and uncles took over this company sometime in 1971.
What did they do
There
before
was
taking over this?
They were into ginning. There was a lot of cotton grown here. Because this has the black soil to grow cotton. This area has black soil and a lot of ginning factories were there.
Ginning.
Ginning is this, so you see the gin there.
This is gin.
That is a gin. That's like a museum. We have an old gin still remaining with us.
What does it do?
So what it does is it separates the seed from the kapas.
Oh, so
Okay.
the raw kapas, you take it
kapas,
out from that.
and only you make it into only the fiber. Fiber is packaged and comes in those trucks there. You can see the truck there. So fiber is packaged and it comes in those trucks there.
Interesting.
So we are not anymore into ginning. We still gin very, very small quantities. But we are spinning, weaving, garmenting, retailing. So we are the entire chain as a group.
Okay. And from where do you get your laborers? Largely
20 years ago, most of our laborers used to be from here.
Tamil Nadu,
Tamil Nadu.
Kerala.
No, Kerala, no. South Tamil Nadu, East Tamil Nadu, a bit of North Tamil Nadu. Now we don't get Tamil laborers anymore. 70% of our laborers are from outside Tamil Nadu, predominantly from 11 states, east and north. They are from Orissa, they are from Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, MP, UP, Assam, West Bengal, Tripura. So this entire belt we get workers from.
And why have people stopped working here? What changed?
So there are demographic changes. One, the replacement rate in Tamil Nadu is the lowest. It's 1.7. That is, for every 2 parents, there's only 1.7 being produced. So our average age of the worker is going up. So if you look at the average age of Tamil Nadu now, somewhere I read the statistics as 36 or something like that. So average age of the population is going up. While some of the states still have 2.2, 2.4. So there are more worker availability. Now all the workers have become educated. Everybody's gone to course. So if you look at the gross enrollment ratio, it's between 47 to 51 depending on which year you see. That is, if 100 people are born, 51 attend colleges. Average of India is around 27, 28. Average of USA is 46. Average of Kerala is 42. So more people attending colleges. So we don't get workers.
So they are not ready to the labor job, to do the labor job.
They are ready for software jobs, back office, BPO, KPO.
More into white collar jobs in comparison of the blue collar job.
Yeah. Even though the blue collar job is better paying.
Yeah, I remember you were cracking this joke that if you do a B.Tech, you'll get a 10,000 job, and if you do ITI at my place, you'll start with 22 से 25,000 में शुरू करोगे.
That's right. So you get better paid, and they become experts. So these ITI students are managing these transformers, managing this. So ITI is actually inside. When you go inside, you can have a look at it.
Okay.
There's a space that we have dedicated for ITI. We put labs for them to practice. And all this.
My next query is that how do you locate these laborers? What's the mechanism? What's the process? Your agents go to various villages and recruit them, or if somebody will use harsh language, they will say lure them to come and join. How does it work?
So how it works is, first we have a tie-up with Centurion University, Orissa.
Okay.
So they have 50 recruitment offices. Where we have given our machines as a donation, about 1 crore worth of machines to Centurion University, where they pre-train them and send them. This is one way of recruiting.
Where the industry is doing tie-up with the universities to ensure the manpower supply with a pre or basic training.
So Centurion University is India's largest skill development university. One is Centurion, one is Kalinga Institute of Social. Both are in Orissa. So both of them train workers, and quite a few people now are doing.
A lot of industries have done this kind of collaboration.
Yes, quite a few industries have done this kind of. So this is number one. Number two that we do is we have agents who do both luring as well as. The only thing is You should be very careful here. Once they come here, then they should find us to be competitive. So if you look at gate, there is no flags here.
No labor union.
No labor union. None in Western Tamil Nadu. Not a single industry as far as
Why? Next to you is Kerala, which is full of unions.
because there's a labor shortage. So we have to treat workers properly for us to retain them.
They don't have to fight for their rights.
They don't have to fight for the rights.
Because you are fighting to retain them.
We are fighting to retain them. My water quality is not good, they will leave. If my food quality is not good, they will not give. If food is delayed, they will leave. If the salary is not on time, they will leave. If the salary is underpaid, they will leave. These are all, these are all exploitative methods that we as owners can use. You know what I mean? These are all the exploitation. Typically, labor is exploitation, right? So these are, but here we cannot exploit them because they know water level where, which industry. If I don't pay, let us assume I don't pay on the 5th of every month, the nearby factory is paying on the 4th of every month. 100 people leave and go join the next door factory because they said that factory is paying me on the 4th, you're paying me on the 5th, now you better pay on the 4th.
Can you give me some examples? Suppose your agent, they identified, let's walk, sir. They identified few boys, or you employ girls as well.
We have almost a 50-50 ratio of boys and girls.
50-50?
50-50.
Must be very difficult to convince girls and their families to come and work this far from, say, Bihar or Jharkhand?
The first few batches were very difficult. The parents were not agreeable. So we bought parents here. We purchased train tickets for the parents along with the family to come live with us for a week, figure out
See firsthand how their daughters are working in the factory.
How daughters are working, whether they are happy. Opened a bank account for them. Post Jandan, opening bank accounts became very easy. You know what I mean? So opened a bank account for them and then figure out that money transfer happens to their parents.
So they were happy that their daughter is now
being
breadwinner.
exploitative, the parents became exploitative. It reverses. Okay. You go work because you're now able to send me wages. You know what I mean?
So they are your HR representative in
they
that
are
village.
HR representatives. So workers also very happy. You can interview quite a few of our workers. They are very, very happy working with us.
We will.
We are also very happy. And
पर अच्छा एक बात ये बताइए, how do you deal with that cultural difference, because they are not familiar with the local language and local culture? How do they mix with the local population?
So typically, Tamil Nadu, we don't speak Hindi, and others don't speak Tamil. So typically, what we have done about in every mill there will be about 30 staff. Out of the 30 staff, 10 to 15 have been trained in Hindi, have been trained to communicate. We call it as working Hindi. We don't talk it. You can't read, but they can talk working Hindi. Similarly, once the workers come, we teach them working Tamil. Now they will not know the entire vocabulary of Tamil, but they will know 100 keywords. So these people know working Hindi and they will know working Tamil within 6 months. And now once this relationship is established, and we already have some legacy workers who have come from the north, male specifically, who know Hindi, they take care of them. So what we've arranged, if you take a Grameen Bank, they have this thing where there will be a team leader for 10 workers. Correct? Mm-hmm. So we also have a team lead for every 10 workers. Where if they are all from Jharkhand, there will be a Jharkhand team lead for those 10 workers. They are all from Assam, there will be one. So that guy is able to bring and tell us what are the problems for that particular community from that village. Because as here itself, village to village customs change. Similarly in the north, village to village food changes, customs change. We just generalize it as a dosa eating country or a naan eating. It is not that way. It is a very diverse country with dialect. So we see to that there's a community manager. About 10 or 15 community managers are there inside each location of ours, and they take care of these workers' inhibitions or requirements. Okay. And we have a senior community manager. He will come. You can interview him anytime.
I will. तो इन लोगों को जब ये आते हैं, when they come, you know working Hindi?
I myself know very little bit.
Okay. So
to understand news, I know.
Okay. So I'm asking that when they come here, they are not skilled labor largely.
Yes.
So the basic criteria is they're 10th or 12th qualified. They have given their 10th or 12th exam. And then you train them here.
Yes.
And you give them some stipend as well.
From day one, there is stipend.
You're training them?
Training them. From day one, there is stipend.
And fooding and lodging facility?
The day of joining, there is stipend. Fooding and lodging facility is given to them. So what happens for the first week is, since there is major cultural differences, first 1 week there is a personal hygiene training session for all workers. irrespective of the location. So we rate them on a scale like 5 stars. 1 to 5, we rate them on health and hygiene, whether these people have bath every day, whether they sleep for 8 hours a day, do they use toothpaste, do they use toothbrush, do the ladies use health and hygiene pads, do the men have bath every day, so all these things we list down. We ask them questions and then we train them the importance of having a bath, the importance of brushing your teeth, the importance of personal hygiene. And then we, at the end of 1 week, we actually have a small exam for them, oral exam to say, have you understood the importance of personal hygiene? Once that is done, they are put into a 3 to 4 week express training. We call it as an express training. Like Indian Express newspaper, it's an express training initiative. And here in express training, they're trained on the job. Again, they get wages for this entire. Only thing is, suppose I don't know exact salary structure, but if the wages start say from 300, the end of personal hygiene, they move it to 400, and the end of full training, they might get 500. You know what I mean? And then they're on the job after that.
And यहीं पे रहते हैं within the premise?
So within the premise, they stay here. That is the ladies.
That pink building.
The pink building is the ladies. This blue building is the men's hostel.
Can we go there while talking?
Yeah, we can go there. Can we look at the workers' hostel? Yeah.
Where's the entrance for that? This way. Okay. So you recruit them and then you. हेलो, बहुत सुना है सर आपके बारे में, इतनी तारीफ कर रहे हैं.
हमारे गुरुजन ऐसे ही
गुरुजी हैं, बोल रहे हैं राम बाबू जी जाते हैं और वो रिक्रूट करके लाते हैं. बच्चे आए यहाँ कटिहार के बच्चे, बोले राम बाबू जी के बारे में पता चला, वो हमको लेके आए. तो वहाँ पे जब आप जाते हो तो वो लोग बोलते नहीं कि कहाँ इतनी दूर तमिलनाडु ले जा रहे हो, तमिल भाषा भी नहीं आती.
हम लोग बताते हैं कि आप कमाई ये भी लगा.
हाँ,
यू आर आल्सो गोइंग टू.
आप हिंदी बोलिए ना.
आप
कहाँ के रहने वाले हैं?
सर मेरा जन्म बिहार में है.
कहाँ पे?
बिहार में सीतामढ़ी.
सीतामढ़ी में.
और पढ़ा लिखा हूँ मैं बंगाल में, सिलीगुड़ी.
तो आपको मैथिली भी आती है?
जी.
और बंगाली भी आती है?
आती.
क्या बात है.
और नेपाल.
फिर आप यहाँ कैसे आ गए?
सर मैं मेडिकल ट्रांसक्रिप्शन करता था. एक दिन हिंदी में PF PSI ये सब डॉक्यूमेंट सब ट्रांसलेट करना था.
हाँ.
तो मुझसे जो सीनियर थे वो यहाँ पर काम करते थे, तो मुझे बोला कि
He actually applied for a medical transcription job in a BPO.
That's what he's telling.
So I said you don't need a BPO, come here.
इनका एक BPO भी है. मैं अभी बाकी जब अपने यूपी बिहार उड़ीसा झारखंड के वर्कर से बात करूंगा तब आपसे भी बात करूंगा ना. अभी मैं जरा श्री साहब से समझ लेता हूँ कि क्या हिसाब किताब है. हाँ आइए. तो इनको आप ले आए, आपने इनको ट्रेन किया और उसके बाद
अंग्रेजी में बोलिएगा.
हाँ नहीं, मैं अंग्रेजी में ही बोलूँगा, आप चिंता मत करिए. मैं भूल गया था आपसे फ्लो में बात करते करते. Switch to English. So I'm asking you, employ them, you take care of the hygiene part, language part, then how do they forever live in the dorm or they settle down somewhere else outside?
Yeah,
and then what kind
till
of...
they are bachelors, they are aware of the dorm. We have to take care of them first. The safety is very important.
Okay.
Okay. And
this happens for usually couple of years?
This happens usually for 3-5 years. They stay here.
Okay.
And once they get married and they want to continue with us, we find them housing next door. We find
Housing?
them housing. Yes, we find them housing. Once they get married, they have children. We find schools for the children. All that we do. And we also provide them with the resettlement allowance.
Please tell us about it.
So,
Where do they resettle?
So, this location is actually an urban location. So, we have mills in the rural area also. So, in each location, we have adopted the nearest closest village. The village school we have adopted. The village temple we have adopted. So what we do is we resettle them into the near closest village and put the children in the village
How many
school.
families in one village?
So far, we have totally all 6-7 locations put together. So far, 250 families we have resettled. In
You are telling me that there are 7 villages in Coimbatore which are obviously Tamil speaking or the southern Tamil dialect speaking, and there are families from North India who have settled there almost forever.
Yes.
Permanently
With the children studying in the government schools.
Government school, Tamil medium school.
Tamil medium school, but we have provided a Hindi teacher also to the school. Okay, so here Advocate is a noon meal scheme. Now Tamil Nadu government is also giving the early morning meal. So they get 2 meals also.
Breakfast and lunch.
Breakfast and lunch. Okay. So they don't need to cook. So the only condition that we put, one of the spouses has to cook. Normally 2 spouses end up working with us. In 50% of the cases, one spouse leaves us because the man is good. He'll go to the engineering industry. Engineering industry pays much better wages than us. The lady will end up working with us because textile industry work itself is slightly easier compared to engineering industry. This is an ITI room, is it?
This is ITI class.
अच्छा, यहाँ पे वो क्लास चलती है.
We take the classes.
So we also, as a special thing, we also have ITA does not allow, we need not teach computers, but two things we teach on top of ITA curriculum. One thing is we teach them computers, computer. Second thing we teach them spoken English.
And you teach them in English.
We teach them in English.
But I mean,
So this is
if
current.
you look at their,
so if you look at current voltage, so this is actually electrical
they
engineering.
understand this language. These kids from the rural part, the internal resistance of the dynamo is 0.10 Hm. The voltage of the dynamo is 12 V. What is the voltage of it? Do they understand this language, or you have to initially
They have English classes also.
English classes?
We have English classes. We were very, very surprised. The quality of these kids coming from rural Bihar, Orissa, Jharkhand is far superior. Let me not compare. If I say comparison, then it becomes political statement, but let me not. They are far superior. The quality of the work that when they employ on the machines is far, far superior than some of the Ajit, Rajinikanth and Kamal Haasan fans here. Okay? So, we love them. Because when they take up a work, so a lot of them today are electricians here, and a lot of them are now mechanical fitters here. Our fire incidents per annum have reduced to almost zero. Am I right, Rambabu? You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So the quality of work that they
And this,
deliver.
where's the dom?
The dom is inside.
From here we can
Can
go.
we go on?
This
Okay.
is not
So you were telling me that when you settled these North Indian people in Tamil villages, was there any resistance initially?
Initially, yes. You know, anyway, like if you go to an apartment complex, let's say Delhi, Gurgaon, if you are going to bring in somebody from some other
Culture
religion,
zone or
culture zone or
religion
whatever,
zone or
you
language.
see those resistance.
Yeah.
Those resistances were there. But what we did was we told the villages, we called the village, we sat with them village and said, we are going to take 50 houses on rent. The village is going to earn, the villagers are going to earn 1,500 rupees per house into 50, that is how much, 75,000 rupees you guys are going to earn. This is not good income for the village. This is not good income. Your houses are anyway empty. Because all the Tamil kids have left for IT jobs, and the villages are literally empty. They said first there was resistance. First they gave us 10 houses. Today their average rental has gone from 1,500 to 5,000.
Okay.
We're not getting houses. Because now looking at our model, every industry has adopted similar model.
Where they reaching out to villages.
Reaching out to villages, bringing entire families here. So what we've done is, in every location of us, except this location, we have a family incubation center. Which means that 4 houses we have in-house, where they can stay in those 4 houses for 4 months, have a feel for Tamil Nadu, send the kids to the local school, and then, I like this, I like the atmosphere, let me resell it to the local village. So in Balaji Mill, we have 4 houses. In Srinivasa Mill, we have 2 or 3 houses. Eastwara, we have a couple of houses. So in all the 4 mills, we have
And
what?
gradually they mix up with the local
Locals,
population
and
because
they'll
now
become
they are
local.
fluent in the language.
Yes.
They'll slowly get to know the tradition
They actually learn Tamil from their kids because Tamils they learn Tamil fast. Kids learn Tamil
because of the school.
because of the school.
Are there any marriage bonding thing as well?
All those happen. Marriage bond.
Like a Odia or a UP girl getting married to a Tamil boy or vice versa.
Yes. Ram Babu Singh himself is marriage bonding. He's married to Tamil.
Your wife is from Tamil Nadu. You can speak Tamil as well now.
yes, now I can.
He doesn't have a
Now
choice. He better
he can speak 9 languages. How many languages can you speak?
It's almost 10 now if you add Tamil. Because North Indian, all the languages are Bengali, from Jharkhand,
Yeah, sorry.
Bihari,
हाँ.
Punjabi, Assami, Bengali, English, Hindi.
फिर राम बाबू जी का मैं अलग से इंटरव्यू करूंगा. I'll do a separate interview. Looks like a very interesting fellow. Let's go, sir, and let's have a look at the dom. So now you employ them, and then they do this yarn thing, fiber
So
thing.
where is the dom, Ram Babu?
Okay, yeah. So
So this is ITA, is it?
I want to know now the challenges for the textile industry. We've talked about the labor, the employment part. Where all you send your yarn, who's your customer, from where you get your raw material. So your raw material, your customer, and the textile policy, And who are your competitors? Because I've heard that Bangladesh has grown up a lot in last, say, 10, 15 years. There's a political stability, consistency, and a lot of tax rebate and relatively cheap labor and other policies. So these three questions one by one. From where do you get your raw material? And once you have your final product, who all are your customers and the challenges in your industry and the challenge from Bangladesh?
So India is very abundant in raw materials, be it cotton, polyester, viscose. India is very abundant in raw materials.
You have a lot of raw material.
Lot of raw materials. India needs to become more competitive in raw materials. The price of raw material we should be able to, for exports at least, we should be able to get in international prices. There we are a bit uncompetitive. For example, Bangladesh is...
So our price is lower?
Price is slightly higher.
Slightly higher.
So India, if you look at it, we were exporting $14-15 billion of apparels and home textiles in 2014. We are still doing similar. It's probably $1 or $2 billion more. Bangladesh was our number. Now they are $45 billion. Vietnam was almost our number. They are doing $45 billion.
So are they importing from outside
They
the
are
raw cotton and
from
then making?
outside. Of course, for them, the major form of employment is only textiles. Vietnam could be other engineering. Bangladesh, and there are two things. One, what government can do, and the second thing, what we as entrepreneurs can do. We as entrepreneurs, when we make money, we have real estate options like Bangalore and Chennai and Hyderabad. Bangladesh entrepreneurs don't have that. So we ourselves first have to learn to reinvest into textiles as an entrepreneur to make it competitive and to make it, we have to build the scale and size. That is what we can do as an entrepreneur. What the government can do is see to that our raw materials are competitive for exports.
Can you explain it more for the layman?
So for the layman, pre-2014 there were a lot of anti-dumping duties.
Anti-dumping duties. What's that?
Anti-dumping duties, additional duty on top of existing import duties, customs duties, to protect Indian players. So there used to be anti-dumping duty on polyester, viscose, nylon, acrylic, etc.
These are various kind of fibers.
These are various kinds of fibers.
Okay.
Fashion industry was fiber specific 20 years ago. Now it has become fiber agnostic, which means that they'll tell you, I want this touch and feel. I don't care what is inside. It can be polyester, it can be viscose, it can be cotton, it can be silk, it can be anything. So we still can't define saying this polyester I will give you at this price, but viscose you have to pay this price, and cotton I will subsidize by this price. We can't tell. That's where they are able to beat us. Where there are no, they have a level playing field on the fiber and the yarn stage. Bangladesh and Vietnam, we have a slightly, what I would say, man-made fibers are slightly higher taxed. Cotton is less taxed, whether it's GST or excise or customs. So these things,
there's not uniformity in the taxation
through the value. Through the value, if that is made slightly uniform, and we are actually putting more merchandises to design fashion, and less people on compliance. India is government is trying its best to reduce the burden of compliance. If we're able to be less compliances and more merchandises, I think we will be able to beat them. We will be able to lift entire states out of poverty.
That's a tall claim.
It's a fact on the ground.
Oh, I'm impressed.
If you assume $40 billion comes out of all the states in India from $14 billion.
Yeah.
Today, Bangladesh GDP per capita is as high as India.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? Bangladesh has overtaken Pakistan. So I've gone and seen some of these global capability centers also.
You have been to Bangladesh?
I've been to, global capability centers in India, where Target or PVH or Walmart, have those global capability centers to do back office. So actually, when I go to global capability centers, they're buying fabric from Pakistan. They're shipping it to Bangladesh to stitch.
And then
India,
selling it here.
Selling it to Europe. This entire tracking is done by Indians sitting in Bangalore or Coimbatore or Chennai or Pune. Okay, so we are good at and the data analytics, store by store data analytics is done by Indians.
But we are not manufacturing.
We are not manufacturing. We can be doing more. Home textiles, we are doing a very good job right now. The government has, if you look at Tamil Nadu government, they removed the 1% cess on cotton. If you look at the union government, they removed the import duty on long staple cotton. So home textiles has a big opportunity now. If they're able to, fine-tune tax structures on other raw materials also in the next couple of years, we have a big opportunity. We will not only monitor goods going to various stores, we can actually do the goods.
Is there any proposal where, in case government, say state government, say UP or Bihar government comes to you and says, "Ki Mr. Shri Hari Balkrishna, why don't you set up one unit in UP or Bihar? We'll give you tax rebate or something. We'll give you land and you can establish a unit. We'll ensure that all the heavy investment you are doing, and you can be a happy customer because you will get your labor easily." Is there any such proposal?
So that is happening slowly, but it is happening. Orissa government has taken some initiatives. Madhya Pradesh government has taken some initiatives.
And you guys are considering it?
Quite a few of us have put up units there. Okay. Slowly it will happen, but it will take some years. You need to back it up with an educated workforce. You need to educate your workforce.
You need to have that massive skill development
ecosystem has to be there.
Where now, you can open all the locally available ITIs and you can tell them.
Now, if you want to write code in AI, can you sit in Coimbatore and write code for AI? No. Can you sit in Lucknow and write code for AI? No. You will have to be in Bangalore and start an AI company where the entire ecosystem is there. Similarly, the entire ecosystem historically has developed around here. Maharashtra, Gujarat, if you look at, there are 3 or 4 clusters. So these are the clusters. So the ecosystem, suddenly textile is not only become labor intensive, but it's also become slowly getting knowledge based.
Yes.
So that ecosystem, that knowledge ecosystem has to come in. So if you look at which are the main 3 clusters, it's Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Gujarat. The major, even though there are, UP is very good in zaris. They buy a lot of yarn from us. Uttar Pradesh buys a lot. Orissa buys a lot of yarn from us for the saris. Okay, because handloom weaving is there.
So, but the industrial scale is a lot bigger here.
It will take time, but it will eventually happen.
Okay. So apart from this anti-dumping duty, and what all changes are desired from
anti-dumping duty is not there anymore. That is,
it used to be.
It used to be in pre-2000. By 2019, all these anti-dumping duties were removed.
So it's a welcome change.
It's a welcome change. All fibers were at international prices. But now there is BAS on polyester, Bureau of Indian Standards, quality controller on polyester.
Is it a good thing or bad thing?
There is BAS on viscose. There is a marginal import duty on cotton, which is at 5.5% for African cotton and 10% for other growths. Is it a good thing? It's good and bad.
Please explain, sir.
It is good as a protection for the domestic fiber industry, but there are very few players.
And there are very few and the big players.
And the big players. It can continue.
Reliance is one such player?
Reliance is one player. Grasim and viscose. Nylon, there are quite a few players. So they can continue for the domestic protection, but for exports, we should be allowed to buy from whoever we want. You know what I mean? Yeah. So then what happens is it levels the playing field with Vietnam or Bangladesh or China.
Because they have this free
purchase policy.
You can buy from wherever, you can do the final product thing, and then you can...
We are very large exporters of yarn to Bangladesh, ourselves. And one big advantage with textile industry in Tamil Nadu is the geographical closeness to Bangladesh. Even though we're very far, we put it to a port in Tuticorin. In 12 days, it reaches Chittagong. 1 day to Tuticorin, 10 days sailing time. 12th day, it's in Chittagong. 15th day, they clear the... If we take the land route, we can take the Petrapol or Benapol border. There's a 10-day clog in the land route. So it will reach Benapol or Petrapol in 7 days. But after that, it takes 10 days just to cross the border. So there's a 17-day delay. So that way we have... So sitting in Coimbatore, we have 5 ports helping us. Mangalore, Cochin, Tuticorin, Chennai, Krishnapatnam. So if you are located anywhere between Bangalore,
Kochi, Tuticorin, Chennai,
Krishnapatnam.
And Krishnapatnam. Okay.
So
3 on the eastern side, 2 on the western side.
2 on the western side. So these 5 ports are there. So if you're towards Cochin, like we are nearer to Cochin, we use the Cochin port. Somebody near Chennai can use the Krishnapatnam port or Chennai port.
Interesting.
So when we have faster direct vessels from Chennai, direct to China, direct to Vietnam, direct to Bangladesh also.
Who all are your competitors in international market? Bangladesh, Vietnam, China?
Bangladesh, Vietnam, China, Pakistan in the basic raw materials. In denim, Pakistan is a big competitor. Egypt in towels is a big competitor. Turkey. See, in textiles there are 2 kinds of stuff. One is near-shoring and far-shoring. Near-shoring for America, it's Mexico. Near-shoring for Europe is Turkey. So instant fashion, they want a refill. Next day morning, they'll buy from Mexico and Turkey. and the computers are connected, they will show. But for far shoring, they only come where there is competitiveness, which is China, Vietnam. So there we have to be time competitive as well as cost competitive.
Interesting. These are the dorms you were talking
These are
about?
the dorms, yes. These are where people stay. But 4 people stay in a room.
And they get their locker.
They get a locker, yeah. They get individual lockers.
Interesting. And then they can lock the room as well. Ah, that is closed. Success is not a destination. It's a journey. Never lose your goal for a... Okay. Never judge a book by its cover. Silence is the best answer. ये बच्चों ने खुद से लिखे हैं या?
These are all graffiti by the workers.
हाँ.
They are graffiti, so...
हैप्पी निहुई ये क्या लिखा हुआ है?
हैप्पी न्यू ईयर ये में है सर, असम के उड़ीसा वाले लिखे हैं।
न्यू ईयर.
न्यू ईयर के नी हुई।
Okay. Don't distress us. Please stay away from us. Don't disturb us. Please stay away from us. Nothing ever goes as planned in this cursed. अरे बाप रे, बड़ा हैवी फिलॉसफी है भाई. ऊपर नीचे से गिरा बम 2000 ऊपर से गिरा बम 2023 खत्म. चूहा निकला बिल से, नया साल मुबारक दिल से. हैप्पी न्यू ईयर 2024. दिस इज द बेस्ट एवर न्यू ईयर ग्रीटिंग आई हैव रेड इन माय लाइफ. चूहा निकला बिल से, नया साल मुबारक दिल से. यू मस्ट मेक अ रील आउट ऑफ इट. ऊपर से गिरा बम 2023 खत्म. बड़े तेजस्वी लोग हैं भाई. सो वी टॉक अबाउट द लेबर थिंग, एम्प्लॉयमेंट थिंग, द कॉम्पिटिटर थिंग. What is the way forward if the new government walks up to you and other fellows who are operating here in Coimbatore and they ask you what should we do to promote this industry more so that it employs people more, because in large run we have a lot of young population which needs to be employed and in a skilled labor sector so that they can gradually increase their labor their skill as well,
So
and they can live with the dignity.
any industry has just 3 components to it: power, raw materials, and labor. Through power reforms, central government has pushed through some power reforms. We are able to get power at competitive prices.
Okay.
Okay, that is
Can you
good.
tell me more in detail? Because
so-
a couple of days back I was interviewing Energy Minister Mr. Rajkumar Singh, R.K. Singh. He was talking about a lot of reforms.
Yeah,
What
so-
kind of power reforms are there?
So power reforms is before, state governments own all the jet coast. You know that, right? Most of the state governments own their companies. They want to give power free to farmers. At the same time, they want to increase power costs to industries. So they have made power buying on energy exchanges. They have made power, this is since 2004, slowly one reform. In India, we can't reform everything in one shot.
Yeah.
Since 2004, government after government has made, so now we can buy power from other companies at competitive prices. So the power reform part,
So you're getting a better pricing.
we are getting better price from private players.
Because you are allowed to buy.
We are allowed to buy. We think SMEs also should be allowed to buy. We are medium industry. Small industries also, they are allowed to buy power outside.
That has to be done.
That has to be done.
Okay.
Like our suppliers, our small suppliers, our spare part suppliers.
They
should
don't
also
have
get-
this choice.
They don't have this choice. So
Okay.
if they are also allowed to buy power at competitive prices, it will be a game changer for the Indian industry. This is number one. Raw materials at competitive prices, at least for exports. These two are done. Labor reforms, there's nothing much to be done. As I told you, there's no union. We have reformed towards the labor. You know what I mean? We have to reform ourselves if we want to get labor. So there's nothing much to buy on.
You have to be a good employer so that attrition
Yes.
rate is less.
Our attrition rate is about 25% today.
25%. That's a big number.
That's a big number, yes. We have 400 workers in this mill. 400 workers, 600 workers. Every month, 50 people leave. So you tell us, we have to employ another 50 every month. So what is the attrition rate? Annual attrition rate, if 50 people leave a month.
Okay.
Show
So
you
that
the
is
idea.
one. You talked about the power part. And
Raw materials.
Okay.
Make raw materials very competitive. I think we can employ 3 times what we're employing now as a country. How much Bangladesh is employing, we can employ. And we can be a very good substitute for the China plus one strategy.
please explain it in detail when you say make raw material competitive.
So, textile has 3 primary raw materials: polyester, viscose, cotton. Cotton, there's an import duty. Now on long staple they removed the import duty. Polyester and viscose have BIS, quality control orders. Fine, let there be BIS. But for exports, let us import from whoever we want at the most competitive price.
Okay.
That is what I'm saying. Simple. It's very, very simple. It need not have BIS. It's not a light bulb or it is not a wire where safety is in. It's fashion products. Fashion products people are going to buy only if it's cost competitive.
Especially in the age of fast fashion.
You look at Zudio, all products are below $9.99. Now, if I go and place my product to Zudio, he says it's very expensive. He says Bangladesh is giving to me cheaper with the 180-day LC. I'm just using Zudio as an example. I'm sure Zudio is not buying from Bangladesh, but just an example.
Yeah.
I'll just show you our industrial training institute.
Here you train them about the final yarn
So
making
these
process.
are motor lab or electric lab, where we teach them about motors, switch gears, whatever is required to teach.
Participating electrician. Those they run this.
No.
Interesting.
So they,
All these things, they have all
this is for the ITA students.
I got
so
it.
we run a work integrated ITA also.
Yes. That we were talking about, how you skill them. So second part is the raw material that you have already told that there has
Power
to be.
I've already told. Raw material, power and labor. Labor need not have reforms. We need availability of labor.
It's a very interesting model, Mr. Srihari, that industry, collaboration with the academic institution. So there's assured employment guarantee, right? But the only thing which needs to be done is that where these kids are being trained in various ITIs in the country, they know what is required in the industry so that you are more keen to employ them. So there has to be a better, say, collaboration or direct connection. The industry requirement and what is being taught. In the existing ITI model, you think that
the government of India brought the PMKVY scheme. I don't know if you remember the National Skill Development
yes.
scheme. So what we are asking the government is, now only I am running an ITI. In the entire textile industry, now we at Kannabara are only running it. We want every textile industry to run an ITI. We want every engineering industry above a certain capacity or every textile. If more people are like the German, the Swiss apprenticeship model, if more people are allowed, they will know in parts of India where there is unemployment, that saying thing, there's a very large apprenticeship model available in Tamil Nadu or Bengaluru or Chennai, and we can go and get educated.
Industries can run ITI.
Yes.
I had the similar suggestion 2.5 years back when I was in Khurja. Khurja is known for its pottery industry. It's in UP.
Okay.
So the owner there, Guljit Minhas, was saying the same thing. The government should allow us so that we can train these workers how to make pottery, how to paint pottery, and it's a win-win situation.
It's a win for the worker, a win for us.
So, have you talked to the education ministry, the textile ministry?
We are talking to skill development ministry. We spoke to Rajiv and Chandrasekhar, but by which time elections came, so they can't make any moves or changes. But it has to come. This has to evolve into a German or a Swiss model of employment.
Because in this government has to only establish the certification mechanism.
Yes.
That are they ready to give certificates? Are they well equipped to do this?
Yes. They only have to give the certification mechanism. We have students, right? And we need to know where there is unemployment. For example, you should be knowing 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, Singapore government ran come and work in Singapore. These are the benefits. If you look at search upon these ads.
Yeah.
Similarly, in Tamil Nadu, we have to run those ads. You have to run those ads in Hindi or Oriya or something. Come and work in Tamil Nadu. These are the benefits.
In Bhojpuri, in Maithili, there has to be ad.
We actually have brochures in Bhojpuri and all these languages, and we send it
कहाँ
out.
रखे हैं राम बाबू जी वो ब्रोशर?
जैसे हम लोग
हैं आपके पास वो ब्रोशर हैं?
नहीं है सर, कलेक्टर को दिए हुए हैं.
कलेक्टर.
So we are in touch with the collectors of various districts. So we've mapped the poorest districts of India in Karnataka, which is the poorest district,
And
in
you
Andhra,
go
which
there
is
and do the
and
recruitment
Yeah, we
drive.
talk to the collector. Because they have this grievance day. Saying, I want a job. And when the grievance day, typically you look at it, there will be 10,000
Give
people
them
waiting.
brochure, go and work there.
Yeah, go and work here. So that is the adoption that we are trying to.
Interesting. Come sir.
So the district magistrates or collectors is what we are trying to tap as our next HR managers.
My one last query, which is not directly related to your area of expertise, is what made Tamil Nadu prosperous in comparison of other Indian states when we look at the social welfare schemes, government I mean, various parties, various governments. What made Tamil Nadu the favorite destination for industrialization, especially heavy industrialization? Can you give our viewers, especially who are from not from Tamil Nadu and who are not very familiar with this trajectory, what worked in the favor of Tamil Nadu?
I think two things. One, geographical, ports close by. That was like when you're born, you have an advantage. Since you're here, you have an advantage of ports. That's one. Second is, I think, education. Driving children to schools, driving them to colleges, driving them to, you know what I mean. So some of these things that machinery, like some of the workers who study in our ITA, the kind of innovation that they come up with, wiring innovation, the kind of innovation, once they're educated, kind of wiring innovation that they come out with is fantastic.
And this is happening for last 70, 80 years in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu?
Tamil Nadu, I can say last 30, 40 years, 50 years, since MGR pushed people with the noon meal scheme. Even though Kamaraj came out with the noon meal scheme, MGR is the one who pushed the noon meal scheme across. Since then,
That I'll feed the kids, please send them to school.
Yeah, I think that.
And 2 meal. Breakfast
Right
and
now
lunch.
it's 2 meal from last year. But that has created its own, we are not getting workers for textile industry.
I'll say that's a good problem.
That's
That you are
actually
not
good
getting
problem.
workers from Tamil Nadu, you are employing them from Odisha or
Yeah.
UP-Bihar.
That's a good
But
problem.
It's a good problem.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
We are not getting workers, but it's a good problem to have. So we can lift entire states out of poverty if we are able to revive textile industries, leather industry, footwear industry, where it's very, very labor intensive.
Last question, I'm sure you'll not answer because most of the industrialists and businessmen, they refuse to comment on political matters, but is it very interesting, the triangular fight in Coimbatore between DMK, AIADMK and BJP?
Actually, when you look at this, the candidate quality has improved. Which other constituency has 2 IM candidates compete against each other?
Rajkumar from DMK and Annamalai from BJP.
I think the ADMK candidate is from IM Ahmedabad.
AIADMK
All three are
candidate.
educated.
So, yeah.
So all
And
three
2
are
of them are from IM.
IM. So all 3 are
Annamalai
educated.
is from IM Lucknow and
it's
one is from IM.
So it's a good problem to have for us. Who do we vote for? Now, how many constituencies in India have this good problem?
Where
Almost.
IM fellows are competing to become your member of parliament.
Yeah, so which other, so that way if you look at it, I think today morning the Indian Chamber of Commerce had a meeting of all the 3 candidates together. So this happens during every election. We are probably one of the few constituencies where every year just before election all the 3 MP candidates or MLA candidates from all major parties sit and talk. Okay, so that I think happened today morning Indian Chamber. I don't know if you visited this, but it happened today morning Indian Chamber of Commerce. So it's a good problem to have. May the best guy win. The guy who talks well or who delivers well or whoever wins. Unfortunately for us, we've always voted against the incumbent either in state or center.
That's a very Coimbatore problem.
That's a very Coimbatore problem because we think we are very educated, so we vote the wrong way. So we don't get the same infrastructure. Hopefully,
And from there comes the dialogue, despite the government we have progressed.
there comes the despite the government, Coimbatore and Western Tamil Nadu have progressed. And just in case we had government support, look at what we might have been lazy or we might have been better.
That's a very cryptic response. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you, sir.
आप श्री हरि साहब को सुन रहे थे। आप में से कई लोगों को हो सकता है कि अंग्रेज़ी समझने में दिक्कत आती हो, पर हमें लगा कि जब हमें एक सेक्टर के बारे में जो रोज़गार से सीधे जुड़ा है, क्योंकि हम जब देश में घूमते हैं हर जगह बात होती है कि साहब काम नहीं है, हर हाथ को काम मिले, डेमोक्रेसी ऐसी हो। तो हम एक ऐसी जगह पहुँचे जहाँ कह रहे हैं कि हम काम दे रहे हैं। इनका ये दावा है कि कल अगर 1 लाख वर्कर आ जाए तो इंडस्ट्री उसको ट्रेन करेगी, ग्रूम करेगी, एकोमोडेट करेगी, और किस तरह से सिर्फ एक इंडस्ट्री की पॉलिसीज़ बहुत प्रो मार्केट हो जाएं, बहुत प्रो इंडस्ट्री हो जाए पॉलिसीज़, तो किस तरीके से हम कम्पीट कर सकते हैं इजिप्ट से लेके, चाइना से लेके, वियतनाम, पाकिस्तान और बांग्लादेश के मुकाबले। मकसद यही है कि जब दक्षिण भारतीय राज्यों में आए तो सिर्फ उस बाइनरी में ना फंसे कि डीएमके जीत रही है, कि एआईएडीएमके जीत रही है, या बीजेपी जीत रही है, या केरला में लेफ्ट फ्रंट जीत रहा है, या यूडीएफ जीत रहा है। मकसद ये है कि तरक्की के रास्ते पर या सोशल इंडेक्स के रास्ते पर अगर तमिलनाडु और केरल बाकी राज्यों के मुकाबले आगे हैं तो उन कारणों की पड़ताल की जाए। ये पूरी बातचीत आपको कैसी लगी ज़रूर बताइए। आपके जो मित्र अंग्रेज़ी में निष्णात नहीं है उन्हें इस बातचीत का मर्म बताइए, पर चर्चा ज़रूर होनी चाहिए। क्योंकि बात देश की है, बात लोकतंत्र की है। लोकतंत्र को भांपने का ये सिलसिला चलता रहेगा। आप देखते रहिए लल्लनटॉप की चुनाव यात्रा। दूसरे वीडियो में हम आपको विस्तार से दिखाएंगे कि वो जो कपास का ऐसा डोडा सा निकलता है, उसमें से रुई निकलती है, एक गहरे भूरे रंग की आँख के साथ जो बीज है वो इस धागे में डाइंग के पहले के कैसे तब्दील होती है। आप देखते रहिए लल्लनटॉप।